Dear colleagues and classmates, let me tell you, this is the most exciting chapter I've ever read. This is chapter 13, entitled Selecting a Published Instrument. This is about all kinds of assessment tools that we can use in our schools and our communities to make sure that our kids are doing well. And we actually get to pay for these types of instruments because they're expert-based. Now don't worry, I'll be telling you all about that in just a couple of minutes. We're going to go through some slides, going to get you out of here as quickly and as smoothly as possible. Thank you very much for your time. Have a great day. Selecting a published instrument. What is a published instrument? A published instrument are those published by an organization and used by a number of institutions. Often they are copyrighted and a fee must be paid to use them. A common misconception about published instruments is that they are always multiple choice or rating scale questions. This is not the case. Some instruments ask you to show your work or you have to provide writing samples for the test. An example of a published instrument is the CRCT or the GRE. Why use a published instrument? Published instruments let us compare our students against those of other institutions. They also are perceived as more legitimate by board members, legislators, donors, and external audiences. They appear to have better questions because publishers design questions in consultation with experts in the field and test them extensively. They also sometimes enable us to see growth over time. They sometimes have evidence of their quality. As I had stated before, research is done on these to make sure that they are valid and reliable. They sometimes allow us to identify strengths and weaknesses of students. And they require less time to implement. If you're going to try to design your own locally designed test, it takes many days, many hours and months to create, and these tests are already done for you. To identify a potential published instrument, the text first suggests that you collaborate with faculty and staff and review the decision-making process. This will give you a good quality decision about what it is you want to use the assessment for and how you're going to use the results. The text provides a couple of internet websites that you can go to that will give critical reviews and citations. It also suggests that you just use an internet search engine such as Google to identify potential instruments. Once you have identified potential instruments, the next step is to obtain more information on them from their publishers. First, you would want to get a copy of the instrument itself, maybe on a CD-ROM or on an online version. But if you cannot receive an original copy, maybe just an example would be okay. Then get instructions for administering the instrument. You want to also get ordering information and price details. You want to know how the completed instruments are scored, how much of a timely fashion you're going to get those scores back. You want to know how the results are reported to you and prices for each option. Also some technical information, including how the instrument was designed, how it was normed, and evidence of its quality. Once you have obtained information on each potential instrument, review the information in terms of these following questions. Okay, you've done it. We're almost done. Basically, this chapter finishes with How are you going to decide if this assessment is right for you? And they describe it as a little bit of just like buying your house. Once you see that house and it's got most of the options you want, that's the house that you buy. It's the right price, it gives you what you want. Not to mention, like when I went looking for my house, my wife, you know, it was a collaboration. So it wasn't just what I wanted, it was also what my wife wanted or what your faculty wants. What do you think is best for the students? Do a lot of research, and that's all you got to do. Find a test that's right for you.